Hey guys, it's been a minute, but we did something. Let me show you. Yep, we bought a bus. Yeah, so we got this bus, but you know, it didn't always look like this. We need to rewind the clock a little bit and go back. There's one thing I regret when we got this bus, and it's that I didn't film, vlog, or even put on any social media stories what we were doing, because we wanted to keep it a secret. We wanted it to be a surprise for everyone. And so we didn't want everyone to know what we were doing. Everyone just knew, hey, we took an overnight trip to Idaho. But we didn't say what we were doing. So I didn't film any of it. And I regret that. I should have filmed and then, saved it for, like this video right now. I wouldn't be here talking to a camera. We'd be just showing you what happened. But here we are. So the bus, when we got it, actually looked like this. Not a whole lot to look at, but we were excited. The kids didn't even know why we were going to Idaho. Got the bus, we had to wait till the next day to pick it up. We took it to the park, we took some pictures. So we did something today. We had big plans with the bus. At that point, it still had, seats in it, regular bus seats. When we left the park, we were just gonna drive home. It was about a 4-hour drive from where we were at to get home. And I was starving. I hadn't eaten anything, so the only thing I brought with me when we left was a bag of trail mix. So I went to the van, I grabbed that, and it was just me, the bus, and my bag of trail mix. My wife was gonna drive the van behind me to make sure everything was good and that nothing happened while we were driving home. And everything was happy moments and just beautiful memories until about an hour into the drive.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
My wife, for some reason, decided to pass me on this side as I'm driving down the freeway. Everything up until that point had been great. She passes me, we both wave, everything's fine. As soon as she's ahead of me, the bus starts acting a little weird. Started getting slower, like I had the gas to the floor, and I was losing power. It went down from 65 to 60 to 55, and then I was barely keeping it above 50. It just wouldn't go. I'm slamming the gas, and it's just losing power, just slowly. And then I noticed people, driving up on the side of me, and they're just kind of looking at the bus. I didn't know if they were just looking at the bus or if something was wrong. Apparently something was wrong. Started smoking. I had to pull over. It super overheated. And so my wife was ahead of me, and so I had to call her and tell her, hey, I don't know what's going on, but I'm smoking like crazy. I had to pull over. And she's like, why didn't you tell me anything was wrong? Like, I didn't know, until now. So she had to drive quite a ways to the next village, I'll call it, called Glenn's Ferry. Yeah, okay, wherever that is. Glenn's Ferry, Idaho was the closest exit. So she had to get off there. She went to a store there, I think it was Walmart, if there's even a Walmart there, because I had called her and told her, hey, I need oil, I need antifreeze, I need every liquid you can think of, because this thing is just like blowing liquid everywhere. So some old man there at Walmart helped her get everything she needed, and then she had to drive all the way back and then come around and find me. So, I was with the bus for a good, I want to say, hour and a half before she even got back to me. It was over 100 degrees that day, so it's really hot outside, and I'm looking at the motor trying to figure out what to do. Like, I'm not a mechanic. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I know it overheated, obviously, and then all the oil was spilling out of it. It was just not pretty. About a half an hour there on the side of the road, dying of heat. I have no AC. The bus is hot inside. It's hot outside. I mean, it was really hot that day. But then all of a sudden, it happened. Mother Nature called, and I had to go. And sometimes you can hold it and tell your body like we can't go right now, and your body will wait, whatever. The desire to go kind of goes away for a couple hours. Nope. No, I had to go, and I had to go now. And I know this isn't a very pretty part of the story, but it's something that has to be said because I mean it happened. I had nowhere to go though. If you're driving a car or any other vehicle, you can prop open a door and kind of squat behind the door and go. The bus doesn't have anything like that. There wasn't anywhere for me to hide, and there wasn't any bushes or brush or trees on the side of the road. I mean, look at the place. Here's a Google image of it. Like, I was in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing. There's no cover to be had. And I wasn't going to just go in plain sight where all these cars passing by can just see me. Go both ways. I mean, it's just, I was in plain sight. Like, I even thought about trying to go as close as I could to the bus. But even there, I was in plain sight. There was nowhere to hide. So my only option was inside the bus, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? The only thing I had with me was my bag of trail mix. I had to dump it out. I tossed it out, emptied the bag. It was almost a full bag. I dumped it out on the side of the road, and I had to squat in between two of the bus seats that was right about over here, and go in the bag. It was the most humiliating point of my life, even though nobody was watching, but yeah. So that was, that was fun, yeah. And then, the other thing was I didn't have any paper or anything to clean myself with. So I had to search the bus. I mean, the bus was empty. There was nothing in it. Up in the top glove compartment, I found an old instruction manual. I took out the very last pages that has all the weird different languages and stuff, glossary of terms, and I ripped that out, and I had to use that. It was not a comfortable situation, and one I hope I never have to relive. So anyway, I went in the bag, put the paper all in the bag, I sealed that thing up. Luckily it had one of those seals on the top, and I tossed it out to the side of the road. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. My wife comes with oil and all that stuff, and we try to, get oil back in the engine and all that, and it wouldn't start. Long story short, we'll just, cut to the chase. It wouldn't start. I had to get it towed home. All the way home. It was like a 3-hour drive for the tow truck to bring it to my house. And I think we've got some images of the tow truck arriving at the house. I did take pictures at that point. So then we had to start this whole long journey of we need a new motor. The motor was totally blown. Had it checked out. It was a no-go. It was either rebuild the motor or get a new one. And so we started on that. And I had it parked here for a while. I was looking online, trying to find a motor, couldn't find one, and all of a sudden, a neighbor that lives just right down the street here stopped by the house one day and said, "Hey, what are you doing with that bus?" And he was an old guy. He's like 86 years old, I think. And he said, "I can get you a motor for that." And he helped me get a motor. And he helped me install it. Like, I did everything. I took every bolt off of that old motor. We yanked the old one out and put a new motor in. It wasn't brand new. It was from an 80 '82 Silverado, 400 small crate motor. So we replaced the whole motor, and all thanks to Don, my neighbor. I never knew the guy before. He saw the bus, he asked about it, and I told him what I needed, and he's been such a huge help. I know nothing about this stuff, and now I literally replaced a motor. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, I swapped a motor out of a vehicle. Like, that's unheard of. For me anyways. So I'll never forget the day we fired it up for the first time. Don was here and working his magic. You know, we got everything tweaked the way it needed to, and we fired it up. And I just had it. Maybe it's outside still.
You've got 1, 8, 1, 8, 3.
This wire was right here on the carburetor. I should have put it back on.
Well, that's the one we go back to.
Okay.
I think this one is. ¿Qué pasó?
I need the key.
Va a sonar.
Not so bad.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully.
Oh my gosh. What?
Yeah. If we pump the gas a little bit, will it? We're leaking gas right here too.
Huh?
We're leaking gas right here.
Now where?
Right here, it's dripping. Out of the carburetor.
What?
Right here, we're dripping gas here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's right here, right here. This clamp. Yeah. Let me see that screwdriver. Don's the man. Don's the man. Woo!
What?
Nothing.
I thought you had some leaking.
No, dude, we're all good.
Huh?
We're all good.
Yeah, all good. Hell, I just thought you had something leaking out there.
It's running, man. I'm excited.
It'll fire right up now. Hold, where's that wrench at? That wrench had the distributor.
This one?
Yeah. Sorry, damn it.
obviously the whole motor thing was a big setback that we didn't plan on. But in the end, it's a good thing because I understand a lot more about it. If something breaks on it, I'm gonna hopefully be able to fix it in the future. You know, I'm not a mechanic, and a lot of mechanics, when I told them, yeah, we're swapping the motor out, they just were like, nah, you know. And I'm like, you know, it's doable, right? YouTube. And not only that, I had my neighbor across the street, Don, that you saw in the video. He has been a huge help. I mean, without him, I would be strictly just going off of YouTube tutorials, which, no, he's come over, he's helped me, and he's basically been the whole reason we've been able to do this. He actually found the motor for me and all that stuff. So huge thanks to Don, because without him we wouldn't have been able to get this done. It was a good day, you know. So after that, it was just building the inside, starting with the flooring, the bench seats, what I'm sitting on here. We did all these little details here on the back. The kitchen here, we'll show you all that stuff later. But I don't want this video to go too long because there's so much we did with the bus. But if you really want to see the progress we made, we did document it. We have an Instagram account, and I'll put that right here if you want to go see that. I also put a link in the description below if you want to follow us on Instagram. We're gonna follow the whole progress of the bus until it's done, and until we like actually leave and go on trips with it. It'll be all on Instagram, and of course we'll update you guys on videos here on YouTube. As far as the story of the bus goes, that's it. And then you know, there's other things we did, like we painted the bus. I got a quick time lapse of the painting here. We can show that here, and the kids had fun painting. You know, they were entertained for a good half an hour, and then I finished. Me and my wife pretty much had to finish the rest. But everything from insulation to the painting to the electrical. We cut holes in the ceiling to put this in. You can't see it, it's covered in snow now, but normally, you know, you can see the sky through that. We had to cut another hole here to put this fan in. This is going to serve as some AC on a hot day. Unfortunately, we don't have any heating in it right now, and it's kind of cold in here because it's snowing outside. Well, it's not snowing, but it's wintertime. The floor, we put the floor in. It's just linoleum. These are not separate panels. This is just linoleum, just because it's easier to clean. If it gets wet, you can kind of squeegee things out the back door. This back door opens up here, like that. Okay. We've got this fridge. It's a low energy fridge that will work with all the solar components. This little conventional oven here. This is our next project, is the plumbing, in order to have water in here. This is a little kitchenette. We actually got this from IKEA. I had to modify it a little bit. It normally had these metal rails here on both sides, but it wasn't going to fit. It wasn't going to fit because of the wheel well. The wheels are down here under this. So we covered up the wheels with these white boxes, and the kitchenette wouldn't fit, obviously, because the legs go all the way to the ground. So I had to take the legs off of this side, and we made this box, this wooden box, to serve as a leg, and it stops at the wheel. So that took me. So I'm not a woodworker, so you know, that was a learning experience. All of this has been a learning experience for me. I never even took wood shop at school. Okay, so this is all new. My wife wanted to add this little detail on the countertop, these resin leaves. It turned out really nice. And this opens up like this for some storage. We're not sure what we're going to store in there yet. It also opens up on the front like this. And everything's got magnets so that stuff doesn't move around while we're driving. The seats here, this is just a cushion that comes up. Now these seats actually pull out, they slide out, and they meet together in the middle, and we can make this whole area a sleeping area, okay? To sleep more people, because, you know, there's a lot of us. 6 kids, 2 adults, and this is a really small bus. Like, I know a lot of people look at this and go like, how do you guys fit in that? We've had to do a lot of planning on the fitting thing to make sure everyone's gonna have enough space. We do have enough seat belts. So we've got 4 seat belts along this side. We got 4 seat belts here. The captain's chair, obviously, where the driver sits. So we have more seat belts than we actually need. But the biggest thing is sleeping area. We still have some electrical work to work on. This is the electrical box here. Still have to do some wiring inside there. It's not completely done. This is my controller for the solar panels. And then this is my 12 volt for all the little appliances and stuff that is gonna be running off the solar. So our plan is obviously to be off grid with this. I still have to buy the batteries that are gonna supply the power for that. But it is set up, the electrical is all set up to also work with shore power. So we can plug into an RV site if we want to and not use the solar. I have a little bit of work to do on the electrical. Got some things still to connect, some outlets to put in, but the electrical is almost done. We've got this little light here for the kitchen that's gonna hang right there. My wife did this little detail on the back wall here. Looks pretty nice. And we got a lot more details to work. Another big project was the door. The original bus doors, if you go to the Instagram account, you can see the progress on the door. But the original bus doors was the double doors that open up. And it just wasn't efficient as far as maintaining heat or the cool in here. And the doors, we had to make a change. So we decided to go with this door. Looks like a house door. And it actually fits really nice. And I don't have any weather stripping or anything on it yet. But there's the door frame that I built for it. And it fits really good. And the cool thing is, even without weather stripping and all that, it does not rattle while you're driving. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself for that. Like, I've never done woodworking. I've never done anything like this. I've never built anything with my hands. And it's turning out pretty good. Like, there's some things I wish I would have done differently. Obviously, I'm learning as I go. But for the most part, things are turning out pretty good. Insulation is 100% wool. This is called Havelock wool. And we had to wait, oh my gosh, I think it was like at least 2 months to get that shipped to us. And it's insulated. The whole ceiling is insulated. We had to take out every single one of these little screws. Every single one of these, and look how many. I mean, and I replaced all these screws. These are all brand new. The old ones are gone. But it was a lot of work, and they were on there tight. They did not want to come out, the old ones. So that was rough. But we got insulation in the whole ceiling, on the back, on the front here. You can see some of it coming out right here. We're going to fill this up with insulation as well, and close this up. Just working on electrical still, like I said. And the idea for this area right here is to have a small bathroom, very small bathroom, in that corner. And then after that, I've got a few things that we're gonna work on the front here to make this look a little better. We need to fix the whole radio situation. This thing is that's not working yet. But other than that, the most important thing is it runs. And we're super excited about that. So stick around for, updates on the bus and what we do next and all the other crazy stuff we do, because there's gonna be more videos coming. I know I've been pretty silent for a while, but that's all gonna change. So subscribe, like, whatever it is you do, and we'll see you guys later.